What's going on, everybody? We're E57, and we're going to play the song you just heard, acoustic version, our newest single, Something Else Part 2, from our upcoming release, Heavy Seas and Smashing Skies. Want to count us up? Red skies floating over the horizon tonight. We made up our season list of reasons why we would never make this work, and I can't feel a thing. Can you feel it now? No, I just feel so down. When I can feel that, also watch this fall to the earth, from ash to ash and back to the dirt. Watch this fall to the earth. Let it burn, let it burn. I am a monster when I'm doing what I should have done. Crooked spine, twisted into shapes and sizes. I can't feel a thing. So can you feel it now? No, I just feel so down. When I can feel that, I also watch this fall to the earth, from ash to ash and back to the dirt. Watch this fall to the earth. Let it burn, let it burn.
Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast. We're coming to you live from Cole Creative in downtown Wilkes-Barre. I'm Rich Howells. I'm the founder and editor of NEPA Scene.
And I'm John Popko from Alt 92.1 and the Saturday night host of Alt Natives on Alt 92.1.
And tonight we're starting the new year right with Scranton alternative rock band E57, who are releasing their debut full-length album, Heavy Seas and Smashing Skies, on Friday, January 18th at the Keys in Scranton. So they're playing some acoustic songs for us, and we're talking about the past year, the creation of the new album, Dud's winning Guitarist of the Year in the Steamtown Music Awards and battling with Smash Mouth. Performing in a pirate ship, their part in the northeastern Pennsylvania music scene, and much, much more. We're going to cover lots of ground tonight, so please stay tuned for the full hour. We would love to hear from you. Your questions and comments are important to us, so please leave those down below, and we will get to them at some point in the show. So anything you guys want to ask, anything you might want to know about maybe what an E57 is, I don't know. Could be a question you might have. Anything that you want to ask, please leave it down below. We will get to that at some point in the show a little bit later. It's much more fun when you guys participate. And before we get rolling with the whole show, I want to thank everybody for all of your well wishes and concerns and emails and comments and calls and all kinds of stuff that me and my family have been getting over the last week or so. We had a really rough Christmas. I thought the roughest Christmas I ever saw was in Christmas Story, when the Bumpuses knocked the old turkey off onto the ground, and that's probably the worst thing that could probably happen on Christmas, but I was wrong. So for those who maybe don't know, my parents' house burned down on Christmas Day, a very early Christmas morning around 3 a.m. Something caught on fire in the house. We're not really sure exactly what yet. They haven't really determined that, but my mom had to rescue my father and my brother from the second floor, and she had already sustained burns on her arms at the time, and they were trapped upstairs. So she ran through the flames and got a ladder and was able to walk around the house and put it up onto the second floor above the porch there and rescue them. So they got out relatively unscathed, but she's still in Lehigh Valley Hospital, where she was flown that night. She'll probably be there for the next month or so, maybe longer. We don't know. And anybody who knows about me or my family knows that we always grew up poor. We always didn't have a lot of money. The house wasn't insured because for years and years and years, there were things piling up that were wrong with the house that needed to get fixed, and they couldn't afford to get fixed. So nobody would insure the house, unfortunately, and it kind of led us to here we are today. But you guys raised, I think it's over $13,000 on GoFundMe within a couple of days, which just completely blows my mind and is very humbling. And my family is very grateful for that. And there's a benefit that also is organized by Scott Kucharski and Jason Reedmiller at the FM Kirby Center. It was originally going to be at Carl Hall, so thank you to AJ for agreeing to host it there. But it might need an even bigger audience, so we might not be able to fit everybody in there. So they moved it to the lobby of the Kirby Center. It's on January 18th, and we'll have plenty of details about that next week. The whole show is going to be dedicated to that. So I'm going to get more into the situation and stuff. So if you guys want to know more about that or anything like that, it's been tough. I'm even getting a little choked up now talking about it. I'm more of a behind the scenes guy other than this every week. So it's hard for me to ask people for help or anything like that. I'm used to kind of helping everybody else, and that's kind of how I was raised, and that's how that's just a Howells thing, is we always just help everybody else, and so I don't expect anything in return. So when we get that kind of outpouring, it really means a lot. So thank you to everybody who reached out and was concerned about it. But my mother is doing okay. She's in the hospital. She's in good spirits, sarcastic as ever, and doing well. So thank you to everybody who's asked about it. And if I didn't return your messages, I'm sorry. I will try to get back to you at some point. It's been kind of hectic the last couple of days.
How dare you?
I know, right? Well, I'll get into this next week, but already I had somebody who's like, a friend of mine was like, I'm gonna get messages. You got to delete this one post, because all I said was, hey, I'm like bombarded with stuff right now. Like my father, my brother are living at my house right now. which is is weird and takes a lot of scheduling around and stuff like that. And so they said, I'm not involved with the benefits. If you guys could contact everybody else, but we're very thankful for you putting on the benefits and stuff. And somehow people got offended by that, but they wouldn't tell me about it. They were like messaging other people I know and like, we're highly offended, and oh, that's real arrogant of you to say. And I'm like, I don't know where that stuff comes from, but people want to make social media mess out of anything. So I don't know. Sorry to those who I offended by having the worst week of my life. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that. So. But all right, so let's get into some happy stuff. Let's have a good time. We'll talk about that stuff next week, and we'll have some of the acts that are involved in the benefit are going to be on. It's going to be an interesting show. But tonight we have some beers from Beer Boys to crack open. I could definitely use a beer. I have not had one in a while, so let's. What do we got this week?
Rusty Rail Sidetrack number 43, which is a triple IPA.
Okay.
A Pizza Boy E57 Sunny Side Up.
What the heck is that?
So that's what it is.
Heck is that? No, Pizza Boy Sunny Side Up. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. And this can seems to be lost its seal. This is Benny Single Batch Down the Line.
All right.
Real NEPA.
Yeah.
What did I say? NEPA lingo there. Down the line.
Well, tonight is Beer Boys Glass Night, so you can stop down for Free Will Blushing Apricot, which sounds really good, in a Free Will pint glass. And there's also half price happy hour Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 9 to 11, and Fridays and Saturdays from 8 to midnight. So stop down there, take advantage of their very wide selection, which they're always generous to give us some interesting stuff from. I think we've had the Down the Line before.
Sounds familiar.
I'm not sure about some of the other ones there.
I don't know.
Let's. Which one do you guys want to start with?
I'm interested in the Sunny Side Up. See what the heck that
All
is.
right. Let's make it happen.
We'll give the children the small cups.
Oh man, it's just like Christmas.
Well, by the time we divide it up, that's probably about all we're gonna get.
The
anyway.
kids' table.
Kids table.
There's only one tape.
Oh no.
So here, you.
The kids end at the table.
Well, while you're going through the process of pouring those out, let's also plug the
pour them
V
out.
Spot, one of the most popular bars in northeastern Pennsylvania with live entertainment every night of the week.
That looks gnarly.
This week they have Jordan Ramirez on Thursday, Last Chance playing 90s hits on Friday. The Bullsfuls, one of the biggest local breakout acts of 2018, are playing on Saturday, and DJ Huff is hosting karaoke on Sunday. And the NEPA Scene Rising Talent Open Mic and Talent Contest is finally over. We extended it that month for all the online voting. You guys chose Andrew Nicholas and Rob Kennedy as our final winner. So thank you for all your votes. Congrats to Andrew and Rob, and we'll get those prizes to you right away. And we'll see you next spring, this coming spring for another season. And I also want to personally thank Vinny and Frank at the V Spot for their very generous donation to my family. And in addition to all the donations that we got on the GoFundMe, we also got a ton of donations in person, people showing up at the house, sending cards, money, gift cards, clothes, tons of clothes, because I mean, obviously their wardrobes are all gone and stuff like that. So a lot of that has helped quite a bit. So thank you to everybody who's been donating, and special thanks to Vinny and Frank for reaching out and doing that. You guys did not have to do that. So cheers.
Cheers.
To a better 2019. God, I hope.
Yeah, that's really good.
Dark.
That is good.
Sunny Side Up.
Yeah, with the name, I would have thought it would
Lighter.
be like a
Yeah.
super light
Yeah.
beer. Yeah.
Is that what I'm gonna have it for breakfast? Or?
Yeah. Thought an egg would just come out of it.
Are you the blueberry guy? That's
I
always,
am.
yeah. He gets blueberry cereal with blueberry beer, and you combine
Blueberry
them.
muffin.
You
I
combine
did
them?
once. It was not a good idea.
That's right. You're a Red Sox fan, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh man.
Anything else, or can I do my shameful? or
By all
whatever?
means, jump right into it.
Jerky is not only for holidays. Birthdays, anniversaries, Valentine's Day. I brought them back. Wildmeats.com. Use the code words POPGO-FREE for free shipping if you're out of town, or POPGO10, number 10, in store for 10% off.
And that's in Wilkes-Barre, right?
Right in Wilkes-Barre. And
awesome.
I brought some for us to eat.
You guys jerky fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so visit wildmeats.com, check that out. There's tons of stuff over there. And you can save some money. Free shipping, POPGO free, or 10% off with the code POPGO10.
There you go.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I almost feel bad I got here and then I get beer and jerky handed to me.
I mean, I have to say, we probably treat the guests best than any other show in the area. I mean, you don't get free beer at other shows.
No.
You know, you don't get free jerky. None of that stuff.
Nope.
You know, we already have a couple of comments, and since we're on the topic, Han says Valentine's Day is a corporate holiday. Don't buy into it. I agree, unless you're getting jerky out of
Right,
it. I think that's or beer.
Is it-
That's
is it-
perfectly
who is it?
acceptable.
Take both
as well.
of those.
This is jerky or beer.
Seth.
On Seth Row.
Is that it?
Dude, would you not want your girlfriend to give you jerky for Valentine's Day? Like, what the fuck?
Is that
You know, write that code out, POPGO10, slip it to her, and go to bed. I don't know.
Smart Han, how does my band get on here? Already plugging away. I don't
You don't.
We're shameless whores too, so I'm totally with you on that.
Make fun of my jerky, you don't get on. I'm kidding.
Just send us an email. Contact richnepascene@gmail.com. Send us some samples of your stuff. We'd love to hear. We're always interested in having new acts on the show. We got another 52 weeks to fill. So.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off with how you guys got into music originally.
Well, me personally, my whole family has done music, and I always looked up to my uncles and my cousins, and I used to see them playing guitar all the time. I had family get-togethers at Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that. But so I picked up a bass because I don't know, I was the weird kid. But then I don't know, I made the switch to guitar, and I don't know, it's been really fun ever since.
Yeah, my brother played guitar, and he let me play it, and I got better than him at it, so I just kept going. Got my own, started playing out.
I'm actually the opposite of Josh. All my friends were playing guitar. I played guitar, but no one played bass, so then I picked up bass because someone had to. And my brother played drums, so that was the only option.
A lot of my family were into music, but my parents were reluctant on buying me an instrument, and I harassed them until they finally bought me a guitar. And that over the years, I just bopped around different instruments and ended up on drums.
So when did you guys get together?
Oh, man.
The three of us, well, me and him were like 2012,
Something like that, yeah.
and then he joined in
2014.
14, and then AJ in 16.
Okay. So how did you guys all meet and decide on how the band would sound and get together and everything?
Well, me and Dud's have known each other for how long now? Since like fifth grade. Yeah. So, I don't know, after high school, we kind of decided to get together to get a band to get going. And,
Firefly.
what?
Firefly.
Yeah, it was called Firefly. And that was really bad. I'm really happy that. That doesn't, I don't know, man, that was bad.
It was rough.
And then, actually, I used to, well, I still do work with Chris's brother, and that's how I met Chris. In fact, Chris's brother was our original drummer. And then, AJ popped along a few years after that, and we met him at an open mic in Scranton at the Keys. And I don't know, everything just started clicking from there. As for how we decided how it would sound, we didn't. We just we started
Still trying
writing.
to figure it out.
Yeah, for real though. Yeah, we just started writing songs together. And we're like, yeah, this sounds neat, and made a song out of that. Which is why we went from like pop punk on our first EP to like I don't even know what Sjørøver was. Something about pirates, and now we're now we're at where our album is now.
Well, there is pirate rock that exists as a genre.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not us,
but
but
that's definitely not you guys.
No.
Is there what is the fascination with pirates?
I don't know. I don't know how that sounded.
Yeah, like we didn't do that. Other people did.
yeah,
It was
we have the one song "I the Pirate," which Duds just came up with the name just because it has to do with like ships and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, let's call it I the Pirate."
I think your brother actually came up with that.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember. But and then Josh wrote a bunch of songs to kind of stem from that, and it turned into a whole pirate thing.
Oh man. Yeah, and then he just became the running joke. So then we played in the pirate ship.
Right. It all comes full circle.
You did play on a pirate ship?
It wasn't a real pirate
It's a
ship.
pirate room.
Yeah.
Pirate
Gives the
escape
illusion
room.
of a pirate
Yeah.
ship.
yeah,
You should build a pirate ship.
Can we? Do we have,
insufficient funds.
can we build a tiny one?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think they have Lego sets.
Yeah, let's buy a Lego pirate set.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think we can play on that.
Build it big enough, yeah.
If you're brave enough.
Need a lot of Legos.
Wear shoes.
Yeah, oh, man.
I can picture like somebody could build you like the front of a stage that looks like a ship, like the bow of a ship or something like that. People
man.
can come out and like, you could do your solos on the plank,
Yeah.
walk the plank and stuff. Like that'd be badass.
That would
That
be
thing
really
you have
cool.
now that you stand on, that should be like the front of a ship.
I got rid of that
And you'd
thing.
be like Leo and Titanic.
King of the sea.
Oh, man.
That'd be awesome. You should do that. Make that happen.
Let's build a
2019
pirate ship
goals.
stage. 2019
Yes.
goals.
Josh would just put a bunch of lights on it. It'd be a light up ship.
I was thinking that myself.
Speaking of which, so we just celebrated the new year. So let's look back on the past year for you guys. What did you guys do last year?
What did we do?
You recorded an album.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it took most of the year.
I think that was pretty much the whole year right there.
Yeah,
We played a lot of shows.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to go out to Connecticut and play a show out there, and that was a really
Played
fun
with
time.
Puddle of Mud.
Yeah, Puddle of Mud.
Tantric.
Soil.
I love Soil.
Yeah, they put on a show.
Yeah,
they
they're-
really do.
They're
They're in the
super
crowd.
underrated.
It was awesome.
They had that one song that I love. It's probably the only song that I know.
Halo.
Halo. Yeah. They have a
Actually,
couple really good albums. And then he sang in Drowning Pool for a while, which is really weird. But
Yeah.
the albums sound really good. Like it doesn't really sound like Drowning Pool per se, because it's just like it's like Soil with like the guys from Drowning Pool
Yeah.
playing like, their typical guitar thing, like that sound that you expect from like every song they put out. But those albums are pretty good. And then he went back to Soil and did another album, and that's also really good.
Well, and outside of that though, like Puddle of Mud was awesome back in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care what
Yeah.
anybody says. And then Tantric was awesome too.
And they all still sound really good.
Yeah,
Like
they
they
do.
never skipped a beat. It's insane.
Tantric's coming around here at
Stage
Stage
West,
West,
yeah.
coming up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
Who else is on that?
Saving Abel, I think was the other, which I was like, oh, cool, Tantric.
See, they have like one good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only know the one by them.
Whatever.
So that was a highlight. So you guys worked on the album. Where did you guys record?
We went to JL Studios in Oliphant. Joe Loftus and Jay Preston. They were helping us out a lot with the album. Did an awesome job with it. I can't believe how good it came out.
We were just talking about them. I think it was the Joe Burke show. I think was
Probably, yeah.
that where I think he recorded there too.
Yeah.
What I like about JL is that they always have such a diverse amount of acts coming out of there that
Yeah.
all sound
Oh, yeah.
great. Like you'll see a band leaving and like a rapper coming in,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
they have country, they have a little bit of everything like recording there, and it all sounds great. They
Yeah, it all
do a
sounds
great
awesome.
job. Mm-hmm. And that dog.
Oh,
Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Love Angel. Love Angel.
It's the best part about jail.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Joe would agree.
I'm sure you would.
Let's see. So, let's talk about maybe your journey from your first EP in 2017. Now, how do you even pronounce that? I didn't want to mispronounce that.
It's pronounced Sjørøver,
Okay.
which I forget what language it's in.
Norwegian.
But I don't know. Duds was we were trying to come up with names, and Duds just like put together a bunch of random syllables, and we were like, "What is that?" And then I don't know. We took after that, it just kind of gave us the idea to take pirate and put it into Google Translate, and that's where it came from.
So your whole existence is like you just don't know. You're constantly asking yourself, "What is that?
Yeah.
Clueless.
Yeah.
What is our name? What are we? What is this song? What is yeah?"
Yeah, we have no idea what this is. I've never met these guys before.
Well, I.
He's got a shrine built for himself, not himself, but at the keys.
He does.
I did.
Is your birthday stuff still there?
No, they took that down.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'll be honest. I'd never even bother looking in the corner again.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I just got used to it. And,
Had like a whole month dedicated to him.
yeah, it was there for a long time, man.
It was.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people ask you what E57 is or what it means or anything like that. You know, do you guys? I think what you guys should do is change your answer every time. Every single interview you do, you should do a completely different answer that makes no sense with the last answer, and just keep it going. I've seen some
I think
bands
people kind of do that for us.
Yeah, people
on
kind of do that
Facebook.
for us. We can go get some of the good answers that we
Apparently,
got.
we're insulation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
We're insulation. Oh yeah, that picture. Apparently, we're the kind of gas you don't put in your car. I don't know. Let's look up some good answers. What was that one Steve posted? Because that was really funny. It was like a Google thing.
Oh, the one today?
Yeah. Oh man, there it is. E57, Microsoft Scam Man, Human Body Dryer, Smart Patch, Redheaded Geek Show.
All as one thing.
That's all one
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Is that what E57 is?
Might
Yeah,
be.
I think my favorite from Google was Cheer Up.
Oh man, yeah. I think that was my favorite answer today.
We already have people asking, what is E57? So you have to come up with a new answer right now, I think.
Oh, look at me.
Next question.
No comments.
Can neither confirm nor deny what E57 is.
Plead the fifth.
So, from your original EP till now, how do you think you guys have developed or changed as a band?
I think we really found our sound now. I think for like our first couple releases, we had no idea what we were doing.
What the heck are you
We
doing?
still don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
the song
now,
was different. We had like a pop punk song, and then we had "Say My Name." That was like
Okay.
a poppy
yeah, we'll
song.
dance
music.
And
Dance
like,
music.
yeah, and then kind of got to a heavier sound, but I don't even.
I don't even know if that was
Yeah.
heavy. I don't know what that was,
Yeah.
man. I don't know what the heck it is.
Yeah.
But no, I think with the new album, we really found our sound. I think.
Yeah.
At least.
I think it still kind of goes into different genres, but it's more one sound than previously.
Yeah.
What made you guys want to do an album? Because I've noticed a lot of times now people are just releasing singles, and it's
Right.
never really a full album.
I mean, the album's always been something that we wanted to do. It's always been a bucket list, like a personal achievement kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I don't know, it's just something we always wanted to do, and we were like, all right, let's do it.
Cool.
Now, how many songs you got on this one?
This one's gonna be 10 songs.
Okay. So what are some of the inspirations for those songs? Does it have like a running theme, or is every
Pirates.
song different? Or
Pirates.
There's one
All
pirate
pirates.
thing. Yeah, because we took the pirate EP and we had the prologue on it. So this one's called an epilogue. I think we're probably done with pirate songs.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I can't help it, man. I
You have to
really
be
can't.
like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You have to have like a pirate song on every album. They sing about California. They sing about
Sing about Norwegian.
We'll stop doing pirate songs when they stop making Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Aren't they discussing doing that without Johnny Depp?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
they
going to
are.
be the next one.
That's terrible.
Oh man.
What's this?
No, I guess some of my inspirations, at least for the album. I mean, there was Johnny Craig, who played a big part in a lot of the lyrics and melodies. Along with a few other bands, I've been listening to a lot of Deftones and Thrice, and I like to think they found their way into there, but I don't know. I hope they did.
Pass those cups.
Oh, this one looks good.
This has like a red tint to it. Which one's this one?
This is Down the Line.
Down the line.
Yeah, and I don't know why
Pass that down the line.
I can't pour beer today. Like, I apologize to Cole Creative for making a mess of your floor. And Rich, of your shoe, if I...
That's all right.
This one has been, like, leaking. I don't know why that's the case, but I apologize.
Those cans are intimidating. I love it.
I know, right?
You need more.
Thank you, sir.
Goodness,
This one's great.
this one's really good.
Local brewery.
Yeah. This one has like a berry type tint to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's extremely light.
this is really good. Oh man, Pirate's gonna be fun later.
Good luck.
Thanks.
So the song that you guys played earlier too was part 2,
Yes.
and there's a part 1. So is that like a story that branches the 2 songs, or what is the connection there?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like the flow of the storyline. So I mean, I don't want to get too much into that. I don't know. I've always been a firm believer that since I've been listening to songs, I like making up my own meanings for them. If that makes any kind of sense, and I don't want to try and impose. Like I would like my fans to do the same thing, or our fans to do the same thing with the songs. Kind of, do what feels for them. I mean,
Sure.
So. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, definitely, I feel a lot like Something Else Part 1 flows right into Something Else Part 2, which is funny because we wrote Something Else Part 2 first, but we always seem to do that.
I wrote something else part 2 first, named it part 1, then wrote part 2 and switched them around.
Yeah, I was like, nah, these are backwards.
You talked about some of your influences. Who are you guys influenced by in terms of how you want this band to sound?
For me, I focus the guitars. I base them a lot off of M7 Fold. As far as guitar influences, that's kind of it. Like I listen to a lot of like 80s metal, 90s grunge. I don't know too much modern music. I listen to Ghost. I saw them
Love
at the
Ghost.
Kirby. Did you guys listen to Ghost yet?
Next question.
Yeah, so my influences, they're kind of all over the place, but I guess mainly for what I did on the album would be Avenged Sevenfold.
I kind of meet everyone in the middle because I listen to all types of rock music, but Deftones, Brand New, anything Jack White's a part of is a huge influence to me.
My influences have always been punk-based or rock, heavy metal, things of that nature. And then getting with these guys has been different because it's more of a structured and straightforward sound. And so what I've learned from them, my inspiration I pulled from them because, I need to learn, grow with them as a whole.
Getting back to Ghost, I went to that show too, and I really enjoyed it because I wasn't sold on them completely. Like I'm not, I didn't download every album or anything like that. I've heard all their singles and stuff, like the stuff they've done the videos for, and I like the whole image of the band and stuff, and how it's kind of satirical and fun and tongue in cheek. And I'm not a religious guy, so it's fun to watch them like kind of poke fun at religion and stuff like that. Like we need guys who are kind of shaking things up a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, like making fun of the institutions and stuff like that. So I like that aspect of it a lot. I enjoyed the show. I think they do need to like kind of tighten it up a little bit. like for them to be headlining these shows without any openers, like you got to have like an amazing, incredible kind of show. And it seemed like they had a couple of ideas, and then like the rest of it was just kind of dragging. Like they needed something bigger, you know. Like I think they needed like a chorus of backup singers or something, like in the
really
traditional
cool.
choral robes and stuff like that. You know, like I feel like there could have been a little more to it. You know what I mean? Because like you think, I think about the, you know, seeing all the Alice Cooper shows there, and he's just got this crazy. I think he kind of does the same thing too much. Like he needs to mix it up a little bit more, because he does kind of the same show for the last like how many years now. Like he can kind of add something new or do something a little bit different. But he puts on a show, and I think these guys are in the same vein in that sense. You know, not necessarily musically, but in that area. But you know, I felt watching it like, this could use a little something like maybe bigger. You know what I mean? Like there should be something, you know, like huge or something. If you're gonna do something on your own like that, where there's no openers or anything like that. If you're gonna do your own show, but that's just my take. But I mean, did you enjoy the show?
I enjoyed it. I don't go to too many concerts. That was honestly like my third concert ever. And also, I wasn't a big fan of Ghosts up until this new album. And then a friend took me to see it, and I was pretty blown away. But like I said, I don't really go to many concerts, so for me, it was big enough.
Yeah, I enjoyed the stage presence. I think they did a good job with that.
I think the singer, his charisma is just like unreal.
Yeah. And I like his idea of like being able to play different characters.
Yeah, I think
he's
that's
not
really
just
cool.
the same guy the whole time. You know, like he was like this Pope kind of character before, and now he's kind of like this Cardinal who's a little different. You know, so that's interesting. It's
entertaining.
Cool. Yeah, I like to see that go further. I think too, like the Swedes don't get enough credit for how good they are in terms of music, because like everything, like I think of like Killswitch Engage and all those like the New England metal and all that kind of stuff, they completely took all that from the Swedes, and they'll admit that. They'll completely say, oh yeah, you know, like In Flames and all those guys, like Soilwork, you know, those types of bands, but they did it first, and just in my opinion. Sorry, it's like an aside. It's like it scratches an itch for me. But so you won Guitarist of the Year in the 2018 Steamtown Music Awards. So how did you feel about that? Because you seem like kind of a guy who's like, you know, I don't really want the spotlight or that kind of thing.
I don't really know, because I am that way. Like I'm even freaking out just how we are now. I don't know if you saw the speech. I got up on stage and I just said thank you and kind of ran away.
Yeah.
You were also outside.
Yeah.
I had to run to the stage.
I really wanted to... I just wanted to be nominated for it because I've been playing out for 4 years now. And everyone's always said that I was like really good or whatever. But I don't know, it always kind of hurt when I wasn't even nominated for the award. And then this year I got nominated and I won it. So that was pretty cool. But
I think everybody needs that kind of pat on the back sometimes. Like me, you know, so there's anybody who I see the same pattern every year, where people who aren't nominated or they're nominated and they don't win, they go, yeah, I don't need awards, fuck awards, awards suck, whatever, and then they win and they're like, this is the greatest moment of my life. I'm so happy. Thank you. I love you. You guys are the best. You know, it's like, yeah, it feels good. You know, like you can't win every year. You know, like that's beside the. Like, there's so much talent here. Like it would be impossible to win every year.
Yeah,
like,
the people that was in the category with me just. I don't know what I was doing there, but I don't know. It's really nice to be recognized for what I do, and so I really appreciated it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was you know, I was rooting for you, so I'm glad that happened.
Thank you.
So you guys you started tweeting Smash Mouth, which I think was pretty funny. Now, what was the impetus there? Like, why did you say of all bands, I'm gonna talk to Smash Mouth?
So it's installed on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I noticed that they didn't have much fan interaction on their Facebook, so I figured.
So you thought that would be the best band? These guys don't have anyone listen to them.
I just figured they would notice me. So, like, if they have 2 comments and one of them is me every single post, they're gonna see that. And they did, I guess. But initially, some guy from California saw it, thought it was funny or whatever. So he started sharing it, trying to get people to like tweet at them or Facebook them, whatever. And eventually he started a petition to get me in Smash Mouth for a little bit. And got like 200 plus signatures from all over the country.
That was in like a couple hours too.
Yeah, it was
No time.
And then within a couple hours or like a day or something, they blocked me on every social media. And then when I won that award, Josh tweeted at them saying like this guy could have been in your band or something like that. So they unblocked me and tweeted a picture of an award that they were nominated for in like 2001.
The Kids' Choice Award.
Yeah, like a bunch of awards. They were like Nickelodeon.
And I looked it up, and they put one that they didn't win, but they did win an award that year.
Oh my god!
And like, yeah, they actually won Best Song or something, and they put like that they were nominated for Best Album or something. And I'm like, well, they actually won something. Why wouldn't they put that?
Oh man.
Well, those guys are like a living meme now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's they're just
We're
their
known for
existence.
Shrek and
Shrek.
the YouTube video where it just keeps repeating the same part of the song.
And the bread incident.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and them getting bread thrown at them
Their
at a
eggs.
festival.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Didn't like Guy Fieri make him cry because he made him eat like a bunch of eggs or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did meet because my wife just watches nothing but Food Network all day, like all day and all night. I don't know how you can stay. Like it's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like an innocuous thing, and then once you see like weeks and months of food on your television all the time, it's like I can't even stand it anymore. I can never watch Food Network again because it's like, oh my god, please stop watching this because it's the same thing over and over again. But there was an episode where they meet in the same room and then prove that they're not the same person.
Oh man.
'Cause they really do look alike. But yeah, that's funny. So there you guys still kind of tweet at them every once
Every
in a
now
while.
and
Yeah,
then.
just recently we had two bands drop out of a show, so Josh messaged them on Twimble and was like, "Hey, you want to play a show in Wilkes-Barre with us?" And they just commented, "LOL."
I almost got them to play our album release.
Yeah,
Almost.
they asked to hear music finally, so
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if they listen to it. We sent them Something Else Part 2 because I asked if they wanted to play our album release, and they're like, all right, well, let's hear a song. So I was like, all right, here you go. Oh man, no, nothing back. I should tweet at them again.
yeah.
Send a big middle finger.
Maybe when the album comes out, we'll send them a copy of it.
Yeah, then they'll tweet all of their albums.
We'll release a new album after like 10 years.
Call it Heavier Seas and Smashing Your Skies.
Smashing your mouth.
That's what you should have called it.
Yeah. Heavy Seas and Smash Mouth.
Oh man, look at you snorted.
Well, you guys are big on the memes. I see you guys sharing, starting meme wars pretty often. But you know what? I think too people miss that's kind of like you have to kind of engage your audience now in this day and age, like you keep people interested in what you're doing. So it's pretty clever in that sense. I think you have to kind of talk to people and like the other day I posted some random. I don't know if you guys saw this. There's an event at Skateaway coming up in Wilkes-Barre, which I didn't even know Skateaway in Wilkes-Barre still existed. So that was news to me right
On
there.
Blackman Street?
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still there. I know. I didn't know it was like open for.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it closed. Yeah.
Okay, so then it gets weirder. Then like you look at this poster that they're like sharing on social media for it, and it's like the same cop twice. So
I did see
like
that.
a stock cop who's like shooting people and there's bullets flying, and then another cop who's like hiding behind a shield, which is just a similar picture with them like cut the shield around him to kind of make it look like he's hiding behind the shield. And it's like an event like meet the police and we're gonna have the canine unit there and stuff, and it's like you may not want to advertise that by shooting at people. Like this is the worst designed poster, and it's one of those things where you look at it, and the more it's on our Facebook if you want to like scroll down and look at it. It's
That's mine.
it's like gets worse as you
This
look
is the
at it.
triple F, yeah.
It has like an upside down American flag in the corner. There's a phone number on the bottom that doesn't have the last digit. Skateaway is spelled like 3 different ways on the poster.
I first saw that. I was actually at work and I was just scrolling through because I had nothing to do. And I saw that and I started laughing my ass off because I'm like, is this a joke? And then I was like, I took an in-depth look at it and I'm like, oh my God, it's not a joke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would be embarrassed if we posted something that was fake. So I'm like, I have to find out if this was real. And then it was shared by a Wilkes-Barre councilman. I'm like, okay, I guess this is real. So then I don't want to blast the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But I figured out the guy who designed it is like a local DJ. And so I looked at his other posters and he's a very good designer if maybe you were trapped in like 2001, somewhere around there, and like the abilities of Photoshop in that time. So
DJ Hirsch?
Close, but no. But yeah, it's just a whole weird thing. Like that could be, I think, a good meme in itself. But I think it's important to like engage people and have a little fun with them.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Oh my God. Oh, I thought you spilled your beer on the couch.
Comment about that post.
Yeah, no, we're just trying to have fun with our fans, get some funny content out there, and have some laughs, you know what I mean? If we can make someone laugh, I mean, that's really cool too.
Yeah.
Got to do something in between, like the music,
Yeah.
to kill time and have fun.
We can't just post like, hey, we're having a new album coming out every single day.
You don't want to be like Smash Mouth and have no one commenting.
If it's
Still
one thing we do
trying
have
to
above
ride
them,
one song.
Oh, man.
You were gonna say?
if it's one thing we do have above them, it's a social media presence.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Like I can't even believe like he still argues with people too.
Yeah.
Like they'll like shit on the band and then he'll like try to like shit on them too, like fight back with them. It's like that's the worst mistake you guys.
And then like on 9/11 last year, I think they posted like a thing and it said Smash Mouth and it had like remember 9/11 and it's like what? Why even include your band's logo with that?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like the lead singer of Smash Mouth sitting behind one of those like 1990s PCs, like traditional white, like huge frame things. Like, these people don't like me. Dear, did you see what these people said about me on Facebook? That's how I hope to be when I'm old.
Jen from Ionic Attraction said that poster gives me diabetes.
I think that's where Wilford Brimley got it actually.
Diabetes. Does for president.
That's what's going to be next.
Yeah, fuck Smash Mouth. Just go straight to
go
the
right
top.
to the White House.
Yeah.
And sign an executive order to like make them stop ever doing anything again. There you go.
Oh man.
It's 2020 goals.
Yep.
Shut down Area 51, turn it into E57. Oh shit, I figured it out. There's like a red dot on my head right now.
Nick Martini's gonna have a field day with that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to say something.
We got some comments. Denise McAfee says, one day you guys are going to meet and it's going to be epic. I hope there's someone to witness it. I'm assuming you mean Smash Mouth, which would be, that would be pretty great.
Oh, I'm so mad. That'd be so fun.
Hope somebody's there to film that. You know what? If they ever get a concert around here, we should get front row tickets with a giant sign.
We
Say,
should
you missed out on duds.
Yes, totally.
The front man is trying to come to Scranton, but I heard he wants too much money. So, I don't know. I think they're doing Jersey, though.
Oh, yo, is that how the whole Smash Mouth thing
Oh, yeah,
started?
we kept getting tagged and stuff that they want you to go to the show in New Jersey to play.
No, didn't the whole Smash Mouth thing start because you just emailed their, like, manager and just said, like, how much for Smash Mouth or something
Oh,
like
that was even longer ago. That was a while ago. But yeah,
That was hilarious.
I tried to book them at a show once, like before I tried joining them, and I just emailed their manager, or whatever. I was like, "How much for Smash Mouth?"
It's like 50 grand.
15. Or no, somebody else said 15. He didn't give me an answer because he didn't think I was serious.
They're running out of that Shrek money.
The royalties.
Aren't they
are
making a new
coming off
Shrek?
now.
Yeah.
It's ogre their budget.
Oh,
You're out of the band.
Man, I didn't come up with that one.
Let's see. Liam Demonica says, Duds, I love you. I'm saying it again.
Love him too.
Always undecided, wants to bum a smoke from Josh.
Josh doesn't smoke.
Ricky Wells, when is Duds going to play on a Black Horizon song?
Whenever.
Whenever.
Maybe you feed him.
Hello me up.
Feed me on your album.
Katie Evans loves you guys.
Oh, we love her too.
Katie.
Are you guys doing a collab with? Is it Nate?
Nate Williams.
Oh yeah, Nate
Is
Williams.
it Nate 57 or is it Nat E57?
Oh no, I
I don't know. That's another question.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is. So.
You know, I think there's like not enough of that. I'm so glad Nate is like one of the few. Which shout out to Nate, by the way. He's always supporting NEPA Scene, and he's one of the few artists who understands that you should share other people's music too.
Yeah.
You know, you should actually like plug other bands, plug other people, and you guys do it too. But there's very few bands who get that. Like you know, if you want to support the scene and you want people to support you as a local band, you should be sharing other people's music too, and saying, "Hey, check, you know, hey,
Absolutely.
maybe we don't have a show this week, but these guys have a show, or you know, these guys have an album coming out, like that kind of thing." I think that's so important. Nate totally gets that, and I appreciate that about him. But that would be interesting. You don't see like a rap rock sort of thing anymore. You know, that was like a thing in like maybe the early 2000s.
Yeah, right.
You saw that all the time.
Instead of calling ourselves corn, we should call ourselves like string beans.
So how far along is that, or is it just like it's?
He sent me an idea that's actually like I think it's really good, but we just haven't had the time to get together. I think he lives in like Hazelton,
Hazelton, yeah.
Then with everything with the album and just
where work.
Yeah.
We have jobs. and all that.
But it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Now that the album's done, after you know.
Yeah, now we
Definitely
have
on that.
much more free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want to before we get into the CD release show that you guys are doing. You guys seem to have kind of a special relationship with the Keys in downtown Scranton.
Thanks, man.
You guys are almost like the house band there sometimes. You guys play there a lot, and you guys hang out there and stuff. So you talk a little bit about you guys' relationship with the Keys.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the first real. Well, I can't even say the first real bar we played at, but it's the first bar we played at where we really had people like pay attention to us, I guess. And I think that's always had like a special place with us. And it's just been, I don't know. Ever since that, we just kind of grew our fan base there, and we had fun there, and everyone there is just so awesome. Like it's almost like a second family. It really is. So it's hard to stay away from there.
Yeah.
I was driving on the street on Penn Ave.
Yep.
I see this guy helping Jen carry out cardboard boxes.
Yep.
So yeah.
I do what I can
Yeah,
to help.
that's cool.
It's basically home for us. She always cares more about the artists than her business. So we're never like, if we play there, it's it just always feels right.
Yeah.
No matter who's there, no matter how much we make or whatever. It's just we've really grown there. That's almost like our practice spot because we don't get to practice too often. So.
When we started, we only had band practices at open mic at the Keys and like
live shows.
yeah, and
was our
live shows. That
practice.
was it for like 2 years. So really, like the Keys is it's home.
Yeah, she could have been like, "You guys are terrible. Don't play
Yeah,
here."
stop.
But she let us play whenever we wanted to.
I mean,
so.
we were really bad when we
We were
started.
very
there.
bad. We're still
really
very bad, and she lets us play there. So, so yeah, we didn't want to do the release anywhere else because that's just home.
Yeah,
Cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It seems to be too a place where a lot of local musicians get together, hang out, chat, play together, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Where do you guys see yourself as part of the local music scene? I think everybody has their own roles or their own part to play, so to speak. Where do you guys see yourselves in that whole landscape of different music out there?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
There's it seems like there's a lot of like cliques, but not like strict cliques. Like everybody's friends with everybody. We're kind of
We're the weirdos. So,
We're kind of outcasts, but like, people are still great to us because everybody around here is just great people.
The misfits that kind of fit in with just about anyone.
Yeah.
Yo, we should call ourselves Outcasts and the Misfits.
And only play Outcast and Misfits songs.
In the style of each other.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the other bands speak fondly of you guys and like you guys.
Really?
I don't know. That's something I've observed anyway. You know, they
That's
all
cool.
seem to like you
That's
guys.
really cool. I'll be honest with you, we're a band with really low self-esteem, so
Yeah, anything helps.
so that's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you're on the right show with the right host.
Maybe we just need like therapy. Band therapy.
Maybe.
It's a new podcast idea.
We'll come,
We're
yeah.
gonna start charging, right?
Yeah, some people come here for that, actually. Some people come to sit on their
couch.
couch and have a little therapy.
So start charging
We should.
$50, guys. Sorry. Starts today.
Got to start somewhere.
What better than the first show of the new year?
That's right. You know, speaking of shows, one of the things we love to ask bands, since we've got a couple minutes left, your favorite shows that you guys have ever played and the worst shows that you've ever played.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even know, man.
I don't have a good memory, so I don't know.
Favorite shows, there's like so many like fun ones just with like bands that we're like friends with that were just great all the time. But then like opening for the Ataris was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Opening for
Leonard.
Puddle of Mud. Those shows really stand out.
Oh, you know what really stands out for me? The Ed Kuzo.
She's
benefit.
Oh yeah.
She's
That
the
was
one.
the one.
Just
That
so
was-
many
That was
great
such a good
bands.
weekend
It was
entire.
so
That
surreal
whole
to be a
weekend
part of
was just
that.
nothing but
Like-
great music.
You got to see
surreal.
Melded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was unreal.
That was just a surreal weekend.
Yeah, I just camped out there that weekend.
Yeah.
Same. I think I spent like
Ridiculous.
I was there for like 36 hours that weekend.
Like I joked that I live at the Keys, but I literally lived at the Keys that weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not far from where I live, so I was just there the whole for a good portion of it. Man, like incredible performances too. Like it seemed like everybody really put a lot into that show.
Oh,
It was very special.
It was. On that note, Ed Kuzo, I just have to say, is like the greatest, and I love him.
So underrated, and you know, one of the best songwriters in the
He really
area.
is.
Oh, yeah.
My
And
opinion.
on every
Absolutely.
instrument, he could do
Right.
whatever he wants to do, and he does it better than pretty much anyone.
And Ed's very humble, so he probably doesn't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know. But he
He's
has
one of
to.
those- I've never heard a bad thing said about him.
No,
Yeah,
Really, he's a nice
absolutely
guy
not.
too.
We met like one time. It was here,
yeah.
but I know a lot of people that I've never heard a good thing about. But
Yeah.
he's one of those guys I've never heard a bad thing about.
He was our first musical guest, actually, for a reason, I think.
Was he?
Remember that
Yeah,
episode?
it was the first
Episode
one
2?
ever. Yeah, it was episode 2.
Yeah.
'Cause episode 1 was just like introductions
That's what I was
and like
saying.
just us talking about stuff.
Yeah.
So that was the second episode. But did you have any like ones that like, oh, this show just everything went wrong? You know, like there's those too. You know, like the horror stories that people tell.
There
you know?
definitely is, but I
I
can't.
think we try and forget about those. But,
Yeah, you
Just
just
like
block
almost
them out.
every show.
well, there's one that just comes to mind for me. We played at like a tattoo place in Pittston,
Jesus.
and it was
Yeah.
during a snowstorm,
Oh,
so
God.
it was like a blizzard almost. And we got there, and they almost like canceled the show, but all the bands were already there.
Oh.
So we put on the show, and it was just the bands pretty much there. No one
Yo, the
other
bands
than
were
the
really
bands.
good, though.
Bands were great,
Yeah.
and it was like a cool stage. They had all these crazy lights and stuff, but yeah, it
Was that on Main Street?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the place has since shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might know this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't give them free publicity.
No, certainly
nope.
not.
But yeah, no, he was a big reason why it was really weird. Not to call anyone out, but
We actually we live streamed the show, and at the end of the live stream, you hear them go, "We have alcohol in the back, but don't tell anyone." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right." Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, our worst show was the one where you couldn't make it at Backbreakers.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
playing with
Yeah,
no
that
bass.
was kind of funny, though.
I wouldn't know I wasn't there.
So Chris couldn't make it. He got like a concussion.
I had a few too many shots of Fireball the night before and got a concussion and couldn't do the show because I couldn't even stand.
He told us an hour before the show.
Yeah, I was like, I'll make it, and then I tried to get up and I could not. So
we had no basses, so I kept asking the sound guy to turn up the bass. He probably hates me. Ugh.
That's funny. What about the video that I saw at Iconic Development, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Juicebox sessions.
Check that out. Juicebox is awesome.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cool.
great.
I wish I did a better job with that though. I rolled out of bed. Well, like, cause I was working like at 6 in the morning, it's like 2:30. So I took a nap when I got home, and I was like, I woke up and I had like 15 minutes to get there. So I was like, rolled over, ran out the door, and just flew down there. But I mean, that was awesome. That was such an experience too.
That was
Yeah,
really
that was
cool.
great.
I just wish I was awake for it.
We all kind of just got out of work and rushed there, but
Yeah.
it was nice because they did it for free, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're such
Yeah.
nice people to work with, man. They really are. They're some of the coolest people that like we've worked with, you know.
Yeah, speaking of that Ed Kuzo benefit, they did an awesome job that whole weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They did that. They did, I think, the Steamtown Awards one year.
Yes.
They did all that, yep.
I think that video's coming up pretty soon. They said they're working on the.
Oh, they're doing it
'cause they-
again?
Yeah, because they cut the whole weekend together into a lot of festivals now, like the Peach Festival and stuff, do an after movie, which is essentially just like a 3 or 4 minute video that kind of summarizes everything and shows a bunch of really cool stuff and musicians in slow motion, which is always looks so fucking cool, like that kind of thing. They did a really good job with the video last year, and I think they have one coming out for this one last year. Obviously they've been busy with the new Juicebox series,
Yeah.
but that's another thing too that I got to give props to those guys, because there was a lot of people maybe in the last like 10 years or so doing like cool music videos for people, like sessions and stuff like that, and you don't see that anymore. Like nobody's really doing that.
We
right
did that
now.
once.
We did. We did back when we used to work at some other place that's not worth mentioning anymore. But nobody's doing that right now. So they're the ones that are doing it right now. They
cool.
put out like a video every week for like a
Yep.
month with a different band and stuff. So, but yeah, I liked yours. I thought it was the place they chose was cool. Was it an escape room or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Dixon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was with he was on here. Ryan. Was it Ryan? Ryan Happ or whatever?
Mhm.
He was a guest here.
Yeah. Isn't he in the Scranton escape room though?
Oh,
This
it wasn't
one's the one in
Scranton?
Dick-
Oh, no,
This was
sorry.
Dixon City.
That's the one in
Dixon
Dixon.
City,
Sorry,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I thought we were in
There's
Scranton
so
for a
many
second. I pointed that
escape
way,
rooms
like, it
now.
was right there.
Yeah. That became a thing for a little bit. Yeah.
I always thought this was Scranton, but it is not.
Tell that to everybody who won't go to a show in Wilkes-Barre. There's so many
Yeah.
like Scranton people
Yeah.
that won't go to Wilkes-Barre, and vice versa. It works both
Yeah.
ways. Because it's all the way in Scranton.
Even if
All the
it's
way
in Scranton, it's not.
Are you fucking kidding
It's
me?
like
Yeah,
20-minute
exactly.
drive.
Even if it's not downtown Scranton, it's like, oh, it's in Scranton, but not downtown Scranton.
Right.
Like I can't walk there from the bog. Like,
That drives me insane.
yeah,
Like people
That
act
sucks.
like it's such a big fucking deal.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, like, and especially like back in the day, people would just go to, we talk about it all the time. People go to shows and, would seek out those places. They'd go to those hole in the walls to see, a bunch of bands. You don't see that anymore. Like people, like you have to like rip them out of their seats to get them
Yeah,
to come.
I
down.
used to have to come to Wilkes-Barre to Cafe Metro just to see a show. Like,
Right.
it was the only place you could see a show if you were underage.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Now it's like no one wants to go to Wilkes-Barre, and it's
For
crazy.
whatever
Yeah.
reason. I don't understand why. Like,
Sherman Hills.
yeah, okay, it's a little like pretty much every time I leave Cole Creative or I'm going to Cole Creative, which we're right next to the Kirby Center to kind of give you a perspective. There's someone who says something, whether it's someone shouting from a car or some weirdo walks up to me. Oh, what you got there? Like I'll carry the beers. You ever get that? Sometimes when I'm carrying the beers and they're like, "Oh, what are those?"
I've never been approached about the beers.
I get a lot of like weird. You just walk past them. It's not a big deal. Like Jesus Christ, people act like it's New York City or something like that. Like it's.
The weirdest moment I had though was with that kid after the show.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Who actually ended up being in like a video montage with Sam Quest. I don't want to get into that, but like
that was the weirdest thing.
I thought that was the night that I was gonna have to die. I felt bad because he approached us and I kind of jumped back, like ready to go.
Because this guy gonna pull a knife.
Not that I was gonna. Not that I'd do anything, because I was just trying to get some space. Like, don't stab me. But it was a young kid though, and ended up being in the video with Send Request. It was funny.
Yeah. He was just a very weird, awkward.
He's just awkward, yeah. Let's get into it real quick. Yeah, he just came up to us and he's like, "Guys, I got a question for you." And he put his hands in his pockets, and I'm like,
"Oh shit!"
Is this the part? Is this the Batman part where he want to dance with the devil, the pale?
Yeah.
And he's just like, "How do you get a girl's number?" And I'm like, ask her for it? I don't know what the fuck. I've been out of the game for 10 years. What the fuck, dude? Swipe right? Is that
But who walks up to like a group of strangers?
Yeah, it was me, you, and Nick.
Yeah. And just like, how do you get a girl's number?
Not like this.
Yeah.
I
don't freak them
go
out.
up to a stranger outside and ask them that. Because I mean, if they see you coming at them, dude, they'll be terrified. You got to do the thing where you put your hands in your pockets.
That was a part. I was just like, whoa, what's going on here? But we're still safe.
Good.
You guys don't have any tips to get girls' numbers, right?
I wish I knew.
Don't play music.
Oh, man.
See, I would have thought it was the opposite. They always
Yeah,
tell
you think
you.
that.
Yeah, and I would always assume that the lead singer and the drummer would get the girls.
No.
No?
Maybe for him, not
I
for
don't know, man. I've been in a relationship for like 2 years, so I don't even remember what it's like being single.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I always heard drummers and lead singers got the...
Neville the bassist.
They're the basics, yeah. You're fucked, dude.
Which is hilarious because the bass is like a really important part.
Yeah. You've got rhythm, man. Right? The rhythm? Is that
You're the
right?
real
Yeah.
underdog.
So, debut full-length album, Heavy Seas and Smashing Skies, Friday, January 18th at the Keys in Scranton. Mahantongo, is that the name of the band? I wasn't...
Mahantongo.
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 How do you say it?
Mahantongo. Tango.
You told me.
Mahantongo.
Tango.
I've got their music on the show this week.
Yeah, they're good, man.
They're really good.
They're
yeah.
good. But I was like, how do you say the name?
They're from...
And he's like, exactly how it's spelled out. And I'm like,
Still doesn't help.
Are you sure?
he did it for me, but I still fucked it up.
Send Requests, we've had on the show before, Black Hole Heart, super great band as well. So what do you guys have planned for the release show?
Oh, man. Well, we're going to play through the whole album, obviously. The whole
Okay.
new album. I believe we're going to play our Pirate EP as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, are we going to play some older stuff? Or do you think
Maybe a song or two.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We haven't really... it's not 100% set in stone yet, but we're definitely playing through the whole album and probably the Pirate EP and who knows what else. But, yeah, it'll be exciting. I just ordered T-shirts with the album artwork on it today. I'm really excited to see what those come in like. Cool. Yeah.
We haven't played most of the songs live, so it'll be the first time we do that.
Yeah, it's going to
so.
be a mess.
I'm excited for
Come
it.
judge us.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new version of us, which is...
First time we have a new set in like 2 years, so that's
Yeah.
going to be fun.
Yeah.
New year, new set.
Will there be clothespins?
Please.
No, I'm phasing all that stuff
Done?
out.
All right.
Yo, we would be on stage. We would constantly be flicking clothespins out the back of our head.
Like
We
I said,
would
I was
leave
coming
with a
from
collection.
bands before that. I'm coming from punk and just weird stuff, so it's like that's what I just
Yeah, I mean,
transitioned
I
into.
think that-
to come from weird to like a semi-normal band, it's like, oh, fuck.
Semi-normal.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered it, so I mean, I think it kind of like leaves a mark.
We lose a lot of clothespins everywhere.
Yeah, but how many that leave the keys and like other
We still
places?
find them at the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
and-
sign it after they're done.
oh, the other side, I left so many there.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was it where you spilled all those M&Ms? Was that the
That
other
was the
side?
Oh, that was
the
the
Lennon
Guitarist
show.
show. That was great.
The stage guy was not happy about that.
No, he was not.
I had like 2 bags of M&Ms in my shirt pocket, and I bent
not
over.
in the bag, like you opened up and poured them in.
Yeah, I was just like, pick out the during the set.
Didn't you have half a hoagie too? That was just sitting
That was
on your
another
hand?
set.
No, that was
That
another.
was-
That was another set.
That's always has
He had it
food.
in his pocket at first, and he was eating it as he's playing, and he set it down.
But yeah, I bent over to pick something up, and just probably 100 M&Ms all over the floor, and I didn't want to pick them all up.
Can you imagine if like the Ataris just slipped on your hand?
Yeah,
I remember this. I remember the sound guy. He walked over there and he's like, "Who the hell dropped all these M&Ms?" And Dutch just turns around and walks away.
I was gonna eat those too.
Yeah, did you guys ever see that Reddit meme story or whatever, where it's like the guy was spilling all the spaghetti out of his fanny pack? It reminds me of Duds with like M&M's out of his pocket.
That's what you need.
Like,
You need a fanny pack.
That's a good idea, actually.
That would complete the look, I think.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
When I
Just has
keep
guitar
food,
picks and food in the.
when I
the
keep
fanny
food
pack.
in the pocket, it kind of like weighs my shirt down, and it's uncomfortable, and that's where like the guitar strap comes across. too.
Right. You need a waist.
Yeah, fanny pack.
Someone get Duds a fanny pack.
E57 fanny
Yeah.
pack.
Okay, there's our
We need
next
to
adventure.
work
there
on
it
this.
is.
That's our
And
next
this,
adventure.
and this,
There we go.
this has to happen for the release party.
I'll see if I can make that happen.
Let's just buy a couple of them and I'll paint them on there.
Yeah.
If we can't have them made, we'll make them.
Just everyone who comes to the show,
Amazon,
bring a fanny
Amazon,
pack
hold
for
on,
Duds.
hold on. Let's
See how many fanny packs we can get.
I like where this is going.
Oh yeah. You can use like whiteout if you have to. with the-
You know, cassettes are
Yeah,
coming
that's a
back.
good
Vinyls are a big thing again. Why not make fanny packs? You know,
They're so practical. Like I don't understand
Instead of
why
bringing
they ever
Smash
went
Mouth
away.
back, we'll bring fanny packs back.
Well, you're a dad now, so you're
Fuck yeah, dude.
You're immediately drawn to fanny packs.
Yeah, they're so. Oh,
Like,
for-
I need one of those.
15. Oh, I can get one for $10.
Oh.
This is happening
All
right
right.
now.
There we go.
Excellent.
I'm getting you a fanny pack.
Awesome.
I'll see you next week. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man.
Excellent.
oh nice.
Just in time for the show.
Black. You want red, blue, yellow?
Depends on what flannel he has. You have what, red
Black's
and blue?
pretty. Black's
Black
pretty.
will work.
Black.
I'll
yeah,
make it work.
matches everything.
Yeah, and then you can white out E57
888.
Duds on
Fuck yes.
Wonderful.
This is a fanny pack. Buy again. Quick release buckle
Ooh, that is
in
good.
case you gotta like you know.
it. Get it off in a hurry.
You know what's gonna happen? A girl's gonna come after you. You'll be like, all right, let's go. This is gonna happen.
It's probably more. I'm gonna have to pee really bad.
Or that's fine too. That's fine too. Whatever.
Shelly says, "Will there be any shirts with Dud's face for sale?"
That was a plan that we never
we
went through
talked
with.
about that, didn't
And
we?
then Stay Loud actually did that, so I didn't want to do it anymore because I don't want to steal their idea.
It would look exactly the same.
Yeah,
You
it's
and
literally
CJ
just the
have like the
silhouette of
same.
Michael Pinto says, "You get way more compliments from dudes than you do from women playing music."
It's true.
Yeah,
true.
you know, it's
Yeah,
true.
he has a valid argument there.
What's today's date?
Yeah,
Second.
Third. No,
I'll
second.
have it by-
Second.
I'll have it by the 5th.
What year is it?
Wow,
Wow, he
yo, that's
actually ordered
fast.
Amazon Prime, bro.
Wonderful.
This is happening.
They're putting everybody else under.
That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
But
That's why you gotta support the local companies like wildmeats.com.
Yes.
Yum yum.
Need some
was
local
good,
fanny pack.
Storefront
company.
Wilkes-Barre, yes.
What was that? Was that
It was a
sweet
sweet,
spicy barbecue
Very
beef
good.
jerky? Yeah,
that was delicious.
that was really good. Derek Kolimsky, Unity Screen Printing. They make custom fanny packs. So
Oh, there you go.
Can he get it by next Wednesday?
make it happen.
Well, no, I don't want to buy it now. Or will you screen print what I buy? Comment quick.
Right. Which he also asked, "What is this?" We've actually gotten that before, where like random people have come in and like, "What is
What is
this?"
going on?
There's a description right
Well,
above the
that's-
fucking video.
that's-
What the
that's-
hell's wrong with
that's
you?
the guy
Read
from
the
Send
description.
Request.
Yeah, so
Might
guitar-
But
just
he knows what it is. I'm just
Wait,
saying,
hold
like
on,
we've
hold on.
actually gotten random people who are
It's
like,
probably
He said,
E57.
but he said yes. But listen,
What is he?
can I order the fanny pack through you and screen printed by next Wednesday, or do I have to buy it from Amazon, then bring it to you to get screen printed?
"Oh, okay."
Yes.
Anything for me. I don't know what the fuck that means. Anything for me.
That
I'm gonna
means-
buy
that means
it.
Yes, he said yes.
I'm gonna buy it from Amazon, and then I'm gonna have him screen print it. Everyone wins.
I mean, if all else fails, you can have your own.
At least I'll
fanny pack.
have the fanny pack
Yeah,
to
now you
give
have
to
one
Duds.
at some point.
Exactly.
So for this, don't fuck it up. You cannot. You have to wear it.
Oh,
he will.
I will.
You're locked in this now, man.
Yeah, you're
He's gonna
recorded
love
saying
it.
that you're gonna wear it now. So
It's going to be
no
part of
backing
his
down.
look. He
There's
won't
no
go
backing
anywhere
down
without
now.
the fanny pack. It's going to
You're
have
gonna
grapes
get so
and
many, You're gonna
yoo-hoo.
get so many girls. It's gonna be crazy.
There's some praise for Jen, rightfully so.
yeah.
That's
Definitely.
awesome. And so, you know what, we want to end off before we get to the last song. Plans or goals for 2019? Any resolutions? Any things that you guys want to accomplish in 2019? Now's the time to do it.
Play out of state more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some type
definitely
of-
trying to expand our reach a little bit.
Grow as a band, yeah, definitely.
Well, you started the right place by being on the show. You're gonna be getting
This was a
calls.
goal of ours.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It really
Already
was,
off
dude.
the list.
We're kicking off 2019 the right way.
All right, good.
Followed by next week, you're gonna be
Followed
on
by next
All
week. That was a
Natives.
goal of ours.
Right?
On
It's
Alternate
so much
2-1.
fun.
Yo, it's
Releasing
like
an
the
album,
second-
that's
It's like
big.
January is gonna be so cool.
And then
And
the rest of the
February is gonna whoop.
NEPA Scene, Alt Natives, release show, fanny pack. I mean,
show at Stage West. We got a lot going on this
Yeah.
month.
That's true. That's before the release. That's January 12th.
12th.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yes, you guys have a show coming up. Who else? Who else is on that?
Center Quest, Glow November. I think they're doing acoustic. Brighter Days.
I think Stay Loud,
Stay Loud just
added
got on
today.
it. There might be one more. I can't remember.
Yeah, should
And it's
we,
like a punk showcase.
Punk
or
showcase type thing.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Should we spill the beans about it with the
Beans.
beans
With beans.
with the new?
The new
Oh
beans.
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
That's soon.
Yeah, it is really soon. So we do have a new single coming out the week before our release, that Friday before, which is what, the 11th.
The 11th.
We're gonna be debuting it live the 12th, which should be really cool at that at the Stage West.
what's that called?
The new song is gonna be called More or Less, so we'll probably email it to you.
We'll just bring it to you
Make
next
sure
week.
you listen to All Natives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Derek's talking about what the fuck is on the couch. He wants to know what an E57 is. Many other people want to know what an E57
We do too.
is.
Someone tell us.
Something on the couch. What is this? What the heck is this?
What is this?
Is this?
Table.
All right. Anything else before we should probably let these guys
Yeah,
play one song
we gotta
to,
get these guys out of here too.
play us
that are,
out.
that are making the sound good.
Oh,
So
wow. It's already
I got
20.
nothing. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you all for tuning in.
20. Jesus.
These guys are gonna play one last song for us. Anything else you guys want to get in before we close out?
No, but I'm probably gonna do this while I go get my guitar.
Well, thank you, Cole Creative. Thank you, V-Spot. Thank you, Beer Boys, for the awesome beer as always. Thank you,
Yes.
Wild Meats, wildmeats.com, Popco 10 or Popco Free. Popco Free gets you free shipping. Popco 10 gets you 10% off. And I'm going to go finish this, I think.
I forgot that was there.
And thank you all for the support tonight. It's been the last week has been really overwhelming for me and my family. So thank you all about that. And if you have anything you want to talk about that, save it for next week. We're going to be here next week with a lot of the acts that are playing that show at the Kirby Center. And your release show is coming up at the Keys.
Yes.
As well, so make sure that you guys check that out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. It's like the highlight of. I don't even know it right now. I'm so excited.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much, man. This has been really cool. You're right, that really does fly by.
Doesn't it?
It does.
I told you not to be nervous.
I'm still nervous.
We're way over.
Yeah, we did.
Alright.
Did we just like go into it?
Yeah, we talked about water. I think it's over there.
Contigo.
Thanks, man.
Jeepers.
You want to kick it off?
Do we just do it?
Let's just do it, man.
Okay.
You kick it off. You usually kick it off.
little too late to start turning around. It's a little too late to start swimming now. And who knew one mistake could take my life away? I should have listened when everybody said it would kill me one day. Whoa. Don't go away, please stay. Don't go away, please stay. There's an unexpected guest on the ship tonight. So men, raise your rifles, get ready for the fight. There's an unexpected guest on the ship tonight. So men, raise your rifles, get